Did you know we've been producing Larry's Country Diner for almost 9 years? We recently counted the episodes. We have over 250 of them, 16 seasons worth. Well, that's a ton of great music, laughter, and stories. We thought it was time to do a review of some of our favorite Larry's Country Diner moments from years past. Not a rerun, but a review. So we asked our sponsors, Springer Mountain Farms, Boot Daddy, and Tartar Farm and Ranch, to sit down with the rest of the cast to talk about our favorite moments so we can share them with you. It was a blast. Let's start things off as we always do. Here's an opening from several years ago.
Now love is a boat, and it's hard to keep that boat afloat when the waves come crashing in from every direction. There's a storm passing through, and it's headed straight for me and you. There's bound to be some heavy rain before the sun comes shining through. So when the dark clouds are all around and your ship starts rocking like it's going down, you can't be afraid of going overboard. Overboard with your love and affection takes a little more giving and a lot less taking. You can go under or you can go overboard, yeah. Now when trouble hits, you know a lot of lovers, they just quit. They can't see the blue out on the horizon, no. They give up, they hit the door when they ought to give a little bit more. You know the secret to surviving is to both go overboard, yeah. So when the dark clouds are all around and your ship starts rocking like it's going down, you can't be afraid of going overboard. Overboard with your love and affection takes a little more giving and a lot less taking. You can go under or you can go out the door. It's anybody want a chip? I say when the dark clouds are all around and your ship starts rocking, you think it's going down. 5 second rookie. You can't be afraid of going overboard. No, 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 no. Overboard with your love and affection takes a little more giving and a lot less taking. You can go under or you can go over. You can go under, baby, you can go over. You can go under or you can go overboard. Let's go overboard, baby.
Oh, yeah!
Thank you so much.
Distraction.
I did order chips earlier.
Oh, you want
Is this the to-go thing?
potato chip?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
That's just me. That's just me. That's why we titled the record. I mean,
I wiped it off.
it's just me.
I wiped it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
just me.
I love you.
You know what? That's what we like about the diner. It has happened 2 or 3 other times.
Yeah.
Not as dramatic as that.
I liked it. I liked it.
It was the waves, I tell
It was
you.
good. It's right. We were rocking.
One time she dropped a plate when Gene Watson was singing.
I did.
And all you hear it, but you only thing you see is a slight smirk on Gene Watson's face. He said, just keep singing.
I love
That was
it.
marvelous.
Thank you very much.
Not everybody can do
Thank
that.
you.
Bro.
Thank you. Well, hey.
Well, hey.
This is real life. I love it. I mean, do y'all just love this show? Honestly, seriously, this is such amazing television because it's real.
That's right. That's right. And that's
what
the
people
fun of
want
it.
to see.
I'm real proud. In the past year, we won a cooking contest, and it was Cooking Light magazine, one of the best cooking magazines there is in the United States, and we were #1, Springer Mountain Farms. We got the high score in there, and I'm real proud of that. We beat out people like Bellin Evans. We got Coleman here, got Sanderson, Purdue, Kirkland, Golden Plump. There you go, Springer Mountain Farm is #1, so please go and taste it and see what you think about it. And I thought while we were talking about how good it tastes that we would take this segment of the show and talk about where you can buy it in restaurants. And for the restaurants, this is Good Times. Good Times is they're in 38 restaurants in Colorado and Wyoming. So you people in Colorado and Wyoming, go to Good Times. It's under Springer Mountain Farms label. It's on their marquee. Please buy it. It's really good. Really good. Really good. Good. It is. Ted's Montana Grill. We're real proud of that. Ted serves Springer Mountain Farms chicken. We got 18 restaurants in Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina. Go to Ted's Montana Grill. He wants you to eat buffalo. I want you to eat chicken. We got Flying Star. I'm real proud of Flying Star. Flying Star's got 9 restaurants in New Mexico, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and one I can't pronounce. I'll get some flack on that. Yeah, that's right. Like that lizard a couple of shows ago. Anyway, but Flying Star Cafe is on the Springer Mountain Farms label. Everybody, we get a lot of feedback on this. Everybody loves Culver's. Go in any Culver's restaurant. They're all over. I mean, just hundreds, if not thousands, of Culver's restaurants. In fact, they're in 24 states. You go for Culver's and eat Springer Mountain Farms chicken at any Culver's restaurant, and another guy that got the best chicken sandwich there is. Another one of the best chicken sandwiches there is. I mean, every Waffle House, I just love this. Every Waffle House in the United States are in there. Any piece of chicken that you get at Waffle House is Springer Mountain Farms chicken. So go to these fine restaurants and please eat Springer Mountain Farms chicken and tell them Gus sent you.
I feel like we're behind.
How long have you been with Waffle House?
Time gets by. 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sure has. Yep, real proud of it. We're on the menu.
That takes a lot of chicken.
It sure does, and I guess there was. Well, I tell you what, when this last hurricane came through, we really shipped a lot of chicken to them because they're the only restaurant open, you know. In fact, to the FEMA, they say that they judge they've got a Waffle House category that they do. If the Waffle House is on it lessens the state of emergency, but they really do, and they work with Waffle House. And Waffle House is always open when everything, no electricity, anything like that. Waffle House is there. They sure are.
Wow.
I mean, they bring in people, they let people sleep in the booths. I mean, it's
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. It's a haven of hope when the big storm
I
comes.
think I've slept in one time.
But there was no storm then.
Woke up in one.
Different kind of emergency.
I did do Christmas dinner there one night.
The Grascals. Remember the Grascals?
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Up this town and down, up this hill and down.
Up this hill and down, and up this hill again. Up this hill and down, and up this hill again. It's a mighty, mighty long road, one ain't got no end. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night. It's 5 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night. I work so hard to live that I ain't got no life. If a woman doesn't kill you, she'll drive you insane. If a woman doesn't kill you, she will drive you insane. Well, love's about got me down, but I sure do like the pain. Up this hill and down, and up this hill again. Up this hill and down, and up this hill again. It's a mighty, mighty long road, one ain't got no end. be coming soon.
You know, we're just ending our 42nd year in business, 42 years. And we're going to be here at least 20 more, aren't we, Larry?
Yes.
Here, I hope so anyway. 42 years in business, but this is the second week we're going to do the great Boot Daddy Buddha Day giveaway at PFI in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
And this week it's with Nakona.
BootDaddy.com.
And at BootDaddy.com. And we want to say a big thank you to all the people last week that bought all the CDs and DVDs of the Texas Tenors Boot Daddy song.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you can go to BootDaddy.com this week. Like last week was Tony Lama. This week is going to be Nakona. We're giving a Buddha Day giveaway, obviously. You can go register.
You got to win 2 days?
Now you can win every day, and we're doing it 7 days.
That's right, just singles.
It don't matter. And actually, Paul is holding up this boot that's got our security because we don't want you running off with this boot, guys.
Ooh, that's a nice boot.
He said he liked this
He
one,
liked
so I
the
put
boot.
it
He's got a
security.
chicken boot. We're not giving him notice with security on there.
I
So.
might fight Gus over that one. I don't know.
Oh, yes. Oh,
That's
yes.
a good-looking boot.
So we've got some great boots from Nakona and many, many more that you can see at BootDaddy.com or come by the store and we can custom fit you in one of the Nakona boots. You know, we were talking about the family setting.
Right.
We're very fortunate for our industry, whether it be like what Ann was talking about in agriculture, but our Western industry is really a small family industry as well, where pretty much everybody knows everybody. And we've got great manufacturers that still strive to make stuff American made, you know, which is a task, as we all know today.
Yep.
And they're doing more and more of it. You know, last week, Tony Lama,
Absolutely.
this week with Nakona.
Yes.
I mean, just they understand it, they hear it. And now the consumer's reacting to it. And I would say probably we're a good 20% in boots American made now.
Really?
And we're going to see more and more of that switch coming over. Actually, we got our Boot Daddy shirts just hit American made.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but
Well, tell what y'all do. I think it's just really impressive. Like this past weekend, y'all put out an 18,000 square foot tent.
Yeah, and
we do it
barbecued
twice a year, too.
10,300 hamburgers and gave them away.
This weekend. Yes,
This
we
weekend.
did. Yes, we
Hamburgers?
did.
Why weren't they chickens?
I was about to say we have to send some chicken.
we need some tender chicken.
Well, and I got a shout out for about three weeks ago. We did the big PFI PBR Invitational, and we had our governor come in and rappel out of the ceiling. And what other governor in any state's going to come rappel out of the ceiling?
In case you missed that, it was repel out of the ceiling, right?
Yeah, he
I
came
thought
down on a
he
rope.
fell out of the ceiling. No.
On a rope.
Now he's a former
SEAL, Navy SEAL. And I asked him, and he thought about it a little too long. And then when he got up there on the beam, there was no safety hitches for him until he had to walk about 40 feet. And when he did it, of course, the tenors came down. They flew in to sing the national anthem.
Right.
And we had 4 other guys on his big 36-foot flag rappel it down evenly, and then he rappelled down, and it was like, you know, everybody was standing and cheering. There was not a dry eye in the whole audience. It was unbelievable.
Nobody was kneeling for that one.
No, they were kneeling for that. They would have been shot right there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like that. Oh, hey, we want to invite everybody to come down to PFI. Over, up, sideways, whatever. People come in, and, you know, I have to apologize because I say, come down,
Yeah.
come over.
Come up from Branson.
They said, do you have something against Southern folk? I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, but please come in and see us at PFI in Springfield, Missouri. We're home of Boot Daddy, right at Highway 65 and Battlefield Road. Come visit us.
And you guys have a great website too. I have abandoned a lot of carts, and I'm going to tell them myself here at work. You know, I'll be looking at stuff and I'll put it in the cart, and then I get busy, and then I don't go back. So let me apologize for abandoning those carts. But
We do have like a little reminder that goes
So
out.
you're
to
that
you.
person.
that's me. I'm responsible for a
Yeah.
large number of those
There
carts.
will be an email sent to you.
Yes.
Delete.
That's right. That's
Are you going to buy this or not?
Yeah. I'm waiting for Paul to send the email.
Well, thanks, Larry.
Yeah.
We enjoy being a sponsor, and we will continue it no matter what. You're going to have to kick us off before we leave.
BootDaddy.com. When did you start doing this hot sauce stuff?
10 years ago, 15, 12. It was just a whim, and Someone asked me about it one time coming from Louisiana, and my grandmother's family, the Landrys, Landry's restaurant started in Lafayette as Don's Seafood, yeah.
All those seafood places?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my mother worked there. She met my dad when she was working there. And so first place I ever sang was sitting on the bar at Landry's when I must have been 3 or 4. My dad played guitar, yeah. It was Don's, like I say, Don's Seafood. But then it was Don Landry, the Landry family. But my grandmother was a Landry, and that's how all that tied in.
Let's get another song out of the musician.
Okay. This song is probably the best song I've ever written. It's about, it took me a long time to get it recorded, and it's amazing. But Wesley, who was my publisher at the time, told me, he said, this is going to be the biggest, this is going to be a huge song, and he was right. And I finally got it cut by the Oak Ridge Boys, and Bill Gold and William Lee killed it. He just, you know. First time of any song I've ever had cut, and I've had a lot of things cut, that I heard the song and I said, that's not my song anymore. That's William Lee's song. And it's true. I mean, he has done great things with it, and he's, as I said on the live thing, he has improved my financial standing in the community. I tell him that all the time, and he said, okay.
Okay.
All right, Jim.
What is it?
It's called Thank God for Kids.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
If it weren't for kids, have you ever thought there wouldn't be no Santa Claus? Or look what the stork just brought. Thank God for kids. We'd all live in a quiet house without Big Bird or Mickey Mouse. Kool-Aid on the couch. Thank God for kids. Thank God for kids. There's magic for a while. Special kind of sunshine and a smile. Do you ever stop to think or wonder why? The nearest thing to heaven is a child. Daddy, how does this thing fly? 100 other wheres and whys. You really don't know, but you try. Thank God for kids. When you look down in those trusting eyes that look to you, you realize here's a love that you can't buy. Thank God for kids. Thank God for kids, there's magic for a while. Special kind of sunshine and a smile. Do you ever stop to think or wonder why? The nearest thing to heaven is a child. So when you get down on your knees tonight, thank the Lord for his guiding light and pray they turn out right. Thank God for kids.
Yeah. Thank you. Man, y'all got a good playing guitar playing sheriff here.
Don't we though?
Yeah.
He'll throw you in jail too, you mess with him.
Yeah, so I was afraid we cut a deal before we got out here.
Over a 7 flat.
Yeah, well, I got this Monopoly set.
Get out of jail
He's
free
got them
card,
all.
right?
I'll give it all to him.
What kind of a mood were you in when you wrote that song?
I was coming back from Lawrence, South Carolina. I was worked a place there called Rams Head Country Club for a friend of mine. I'd quit working the King of the Road here with Roger Miller's place, and I was coming back, and Johnny Duncan was stopped, and we rode back together. He was playing right down the road, and he said he was going to. So sure enough, he and I rode back together with Terry McMillan, who was my drummer at the time, and we pulled over in the Smokies, in the rest area, and I was writing all kind of song ideas down on a Piggly Wiggly bag, a brown Piggly Wiggly bag, and so we get out there, and there's these kids sliding down the hill, and Duncan looks at me and he says, look at those kids, man. I used to have that kind of energy. And I said, thank God for kids. And he said, that's a song, you need to write it. And so I wrote it on the paper bag, on the brown paper bag, and got home and tore it off the bag and put it in my stack of other ideas that I had.
Paper bags.
Yeah, and my oldest boy, who builds these guitars, incidentally, came in there with his little guitar and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to write a song. And he said, well, you want to write it? I said, you want to help me? He said, yeah. And I said, well, what do you want to write about? He said, Big Bird. And I said, well, who else you want to write about? He said, Mickey Mouse. And I said, okay. And about that time, Sesame Street came on in the next room, and he could hear it. So he threw his guitar down. He was a little over 3. And he threw the guitar down and ran upstairs, and I looked over there, and there was that one piece of brown paper, and I pulled it out, and it said, thank God for kids, and it was a 15-minute song after that.
Wow.
Wow.
And it took me probably, I wrote it in 73, and Oaks cut it, I think, in 82. I got thrown off of a label because I recorded it first at ABC, and they threw me and Don Gant both off the label. Said, that's not what country folks want to hear. That's not a country song. You got anything with the drinking and bar and all this?
Yeah.
Well, they threw me completely off the label, fired him. But revenge is pretty.
Yeah, isn't it though? Isn't it?
I did get the opportunity to talk to the man that threw us off the label, and I said, after I'd picked up a couple of awards out in California for it, and he was in the bar by himself having a drink, and I bought him a drink and went over it. And he said, congratulations. I said, thank you, and left. But it's amazing how that happens. So many good songs never get cut in town because you got some people that have, I don't know what caused it. In trouble now.
Did you see the look on Eddie's face when she opened that door?
He couldn't believe his eyes.
It was, no, man. He was ready to write another love song.
I'm sure he was. You know,
Nadine, what's up?
I never have figured out how I got over the hill without getting to the top. Time was on my side, but it defected. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm good.
It's good to
What
see
you
you
drinking?
here.
Do you need this one?
Nah, don't
Okay.
need that one.
I thought that's the Bible you had when you walked in.
This is my protection, right here.
You're kidding.
You ain't seen one that big in a long
No,
time,
ma'am, I
have you?
sure have not seen anything that big
I
in a
know.
long time.
I keep all these old men off of me with this thing.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a wise deal.
What, to keep the old man off of you or carry the Bible?
Carry the Bible.
You've written songs for about everybody and their mama out here, haven't you?
Yeah, you want one?
I need one.
Yeah, I have.
I need something.
I've been very fortunate. I've outdone anything I was supposed to have done.
Yeah. 30 ASCAP awards. He ain't been too busy, has he?
See, now, I didn't know that.
Well,
He don't know
Nadine, you
much.
should ask Nadine.
I
don't.
should have.
Your secretary knows. She's
Yep.
a walking encyclopedia.
Secretary.
I've always known the name Eddie Raven. I've always known some of your songs. I did not know that you were a prolific phone writer.
Phone writer.
Songwriter.
Yeah, I've done that too.
He's got a side
Yeah.
job.
First day with your new tongue, I got you. I had the same problem.
Good grief. What's going
Boy,
on?
he didn't plan on that, did he?
He was gonna be, before he got into the music business, was gonna be a center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. So you
Were
don't know
you?
that either, do you?
When I mean, that goes along with Richard Sturban, who wanted to play ball, Bill Anderson, Charlie Pride.
Yeah, Jim Reeves.
Did not know that about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
We need to communicate
I
more.
wanted to play ball. That's all. I was always torn between the two things, music and that. But my dad was a baseball player, pitched, and from South Georgia with the team Baxley. Worked with the Atlanta Crackers for a while till he realized that it was more important that he play guitar and hang out with his friends. And
Yeah. Then it was to play ball and make money.
yeah, I mean, money. It's amazing. The most talented guys, the money doesn't matter. It's always, But yeah, that's all I wanted to do. And I was on a state championship team in Louisiana when I was in the 9th grade, and I thought I was, hey.
Thought you were Eddie Raven.
Oh, but then I busted up an ankle.
Oh, that'll do it.
Broke an ankle in that kind of changed things, and I had the chance to make redecide.
Redecide. What else did he do?
I can't tell you a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
Not on here.
All right, Nadine, be nice.
No, but I tell you what, I think the best thing you ever did was write that song you sung a while ago. Thank
Oh,
God
thank
for
you.
kids.
Thank
I
you.
love kids. I had my grandkids over the other night, and I put them to bed, and I went in there and put my old clothes on and went in there to wash my hair. They was getting some rambunctious in there, and I throwed a towel around my head, went in there, and I stomped in there, and I said, you better be asleep here, and I better not have to come in here again. Walked out, and that 3-year-old said, who was that?
Yeah. Well.
My granddaughter called me to wish me happy birthday the other day. She said, how old are you, Mimi? I said, I told her. And she said, she got real quiet, and she said, did you start at 1?
Whoa.
She told Homer, she said, Papa, how old are you? He said, you know, I don't know how old I am. She said, well, you ought to look in your underwear. Mine says 4 to 6. I was at the mall the other day, and I passed this mall cop, had this little 4-year-old boy, and I heard the little boy say, do you think you're going to find my mom and daddy? And he said, I don't know, son. There's a lot of places to hide around here. I do feel that way sometimes. I shouldn't, but hey, you know, my grandson, my 6-year-old grandson, he's so funny about his other grandmother, and I'll ask him, I said, where's your grandmother live? He says, she lives at the airport. Said, when we want to visit, we just go get her, and when we're through with her, we take her back to the airport. She's the one I was telling you about, Larry. She's, bless her heart, her husband died a few years ago, and she was so upset. She was very depressed. She was going to kill herself. She took his old pistol out, and she was going to shoot herself through the heart, and she called. She wasn't for sure exactly where that was. She didn't want to miss, so she called that medical place, and they said, it's under your left breast. And so she said, all right. And she was admitted to the hospital that night with a gunshot wound to her knee.
Oh, no. Now, do you notice how far I moved away from you when you were going there?
I knew you already knew it before you
The
started.
body language was unmistakable.
I'm getting away from that.
All right, I'm going to the church.
You need to.
And what's the sign going to say?
I'm going to go pray.
Yes.
It's going to say, God called us to get in the game, not to keep score.
Oh, now there you go. Get in the game, not keep score.
That's good.
That is a good one, isn't it?
I like that, but keeping score is kind of fun.
Y'all dwell on that for a little bit.
Thank you,
It
Nadine.
is fun.
It is. Nadine. All right. And let's transition real quick to Tartar USA.
You always surprise me like that. You know, we're a family company. We've been making quality American-made farm and ranch products since 1945. Just about anything you can use on your farm and ranch, from head gates. We've got beginner or entry-level cattle head gates and catches, all the way up to the hydraulic. We've got a full line of gates from the economy panel to the super heavy duty. So no matter what you're working or whatever chore you have on the farm, we've got a product for you.
Now, do you sell direct to the public, or is it?
We do not. We sell through authorized retailers. So we've got a network of retailers. You can go to the website.
I've seen it, Tractor Supply.
Yeah, and we do an original equipment manufacturer for many of the larger brands that you know. So it's not just the Tartar brand. We're making for other well-known brands, from three-point equipment, cattle handling, equine equipment, feeding equipment.
Are you third generation?
I'm fourth generation.
Fourth generation.
Wow.
I'm fourth generation. So, and I worked with my grandma and not Jean Seeley. Sorry, you're gonna have to edit that one. Thank you.
Jean Shepherd.
Gene Shepherd?
Yeah, and Jean Shepherd reminded me of my grandmother so much, and I loved reading her book. But yeah, you know, the women of that era, I guess, you know, they were fighters and they were tough and told it like it was.
Right,
and I
greatest generation.
Yes, and I gave the book to my dad. I was like, you've got to read this. I mean, it's grandma, and I worked with my grandmother every day. My grandmother, my grandfather, my mom and dad are there, so it's a family business.
Do you realize that they make over 5,000 farm gates a day.
A day?
Do you realize that
day.
that 5,000 farm gates they make a day is probably 20% of the stuff that they make every day?
Yeah.
That's how big this company is.
Big operation.
It's just not Little Ann. I mean, this is a gigantic company.
I
and
do
you
it all, build
employ
all the
several
gates.
hundred people.
Yeah, 1,500 people now, so we've grown substantially since we became a sponsor.
We went up there, and from the, it needs to be named Tartartown.
Oh, yeah, Tartarville.
Because the moment you
out.
hit that
City limit sign.
city limit
Come around
sign,
the bend there.
it's Tartar all the way, and you use every piece. I'm surprised when we got to the final thing that the wood was not being turned into toothpicks. Because you were doing everything with stuff.
Yeah, we save the sawdust, the chips, everything gets sold. Yeah, so we still have a wood side to the company. We started off, well, my great-grandfather was making wooden gates. He had a mule and 2 employees. And he would log the local timber and make wooden gates by hand, because at that time there weren't a lot of gates. Well, there weren't any gates. I forgot what it was called, where they take the barbed wire on the post and just roll it back, wire gap, yep. And that's all there was. So he saw a need and started making the wooden gates, and we evolved from there.
You're like organic, right?
That's right.
And you make for a lot of different companies that you probably don't, I mean, you make a lot for every company.
We do, yeah.
That you make the product for them.
Right, so we OEM, an original equipment manufacturer for a lot of the bigger brands. We paint it their color, we build it to their specification. But we've learned a lot over, almost 75 years now, and manufacturing and what customers, how they use it. You can see my extreme challenges where I mean, we all back into stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I abuse the product, and it happens. So we test our products, we live the lifestyle, so we build the product to fit that lifestyle.
Are you making anything now that you did 75 years ago? Still making it?
We still make a gate. It's
but they're
different
not
now.
wooden.
They're not wooden. I wanted to bring the wooden gate back, but it wasn't financially feasible. It cost more to bring back the wood because of the weight and making it. So
And it was made in the kit too.
Yeah. 75 years ago, it's changed so much. We made tobacco sticks back then.
What's a tobacco stick?
So when you cut the
You
tobacco,
don't smoke it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to hang the tobacco. So you cut it, and then you put a spear on top of it, and then you put the tobacco on the leaf or the whole plant actually down on there. And you turn it up and hang it. Yeah.
Hang it to
so
dry.
it's hanging from tobacco sticks.
And still make them?
Not anymore.
No.
Gus is thinking about flavored chicken now.
Yeah. If you need something to hang the chickens on,
hang
right?
the chickens.
But yeah, lots of tobacco sticks.
One of the problems with doing a television show, a live music show, it's very, very expensive to have musicians. Incredibly expensive. Nobody's fault, that's just the way it is. So if you have a full band, your budget goes out the roof. Gus knows that.
Sure does. Very much so.
He did the Daly and Vincent show, and they had a band every time that show was up. We have a band in Jimmy Capps.
Yes, we did.
And everybody in town for the last umpteen dozen years know that they can depend on Jimmy to provide music for them when they sing. So I don't care who they are. If they don't play rhythm themselves, they just come in and stand there and sing. Jimmy fills the gap.
Jimmy does fill the gap, and so everybody knows Jimmy's in the Musicians Hall of Fame also.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Jimmy is a guitar idol. He really is. I mean, these young kids look up to him.
Yeah, they do.
I think Larry said world-class guitarist. Keith.
Well, there you go. I thought guitar idol was better.
You almost made it sound like Jimmy had his own video game. Right?
That's good, though. I mean, I'm Chicken Man, you got Boot Daddy, and world-class guitarist.
Oh, there you go. There you
But
go.
that guy was busy, so they called me.
And they said people come in and say the sheriff knows how to play the guitar.
It's right. It's right.
Just happens to be
that was
named Jimmy
the
Capps.
concept was that I asked him if he wanted to be of this little town. You want to be the sheriff or the mayor?
Mayor, right. And I said, I think I look more like a sheriff.
That's right.
And you said, and a sheriff you are.
So he became
the
the
gold
sheriff
badge.
of our little town.
Larry, one of the funniest things that happened is when someone came to the diner show,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
told me, they said, we got to meet Jimmy Capps because we're in law enforcement too.
Yeah.
3, 4.
The road I have traveled on is paved with good intention. It's littered with broken dreams that never quite came true. When all of my hopes were dying, her love kept me trying. She does her best to hide the pain that she's been through. When she cries at night, and she doesn't think that I can hear her. She tries to hide all the fear she feels inside. So I pray this time I can be the man that she deserves. 'Cause I die a little each time when she cries. She's always been there for me whenever I've fallen. When nobody else believes, she'll be there by my side. I don't know how she takes it, but just once I'd like to make it. Then there'll be tears of joy that fill her loving eyes. When she cries at night, and she doesn't think that I can hear her. She tries to hide all the fear she feels inside. So I pray this time I can be the man that she deserves. 'Cause I die a little each time when she cries. So I pray this time I can be the man that she deserves. 'Cause I die a little each time when she cries.
Restless Heart. Yeah. All right. Well, we got to get out of here. Give us another song. Restless Heart.
Thank you, sir. It's great to be here. Changing my life with your love has been so easy for you, and I'm amazed every day, and I'll need you till all the mountains are valleys and every ocean is dry. My love, I'll be yours until the sun doesn't shine, till time stands still, until the winds don't blow. Winter day is just a memory to me. I know I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving you. I'll still be loving you. Never before did I know how loving
last moon is rising, you'll see the love in my eyes, my love. I'll be yours until the sun doesn't shine, till time stands still, until the winds don't blow. Winter day is just a memory to me. I know I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving you. That's Greg Jennings right there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'll be yours until the sun doesn't shine, till time stands still, until the winds don't blow. Winter day is just a memory to me. I know I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving you. I'll still be loving you. I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving you, still be loving you. I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving you, still be loving you. I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving you, I'll still be Goes back to the people back there been married for 45 years.
Excellent. Wow. Paul, Larry, John, Greg, and Dave in the background. Restless Heart. Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much.
Get us out of here.
Anybody got any smelling salts? I think Nadine's not gone here. Hey, thank you for joining us. Thank you all for being here. Restless Heart, Nadine, Renee, Larry, everybody. Gene Shepherd, God bless you. Gene Shepherd forever. Long live the Queen. There you go. Hey, Larry's Country Diner, where the cameras are always rolling and we don't care.
That's it. We're done.